Okay, so in this workshop, I will share two methods to create and share accessible videos. And in this workshop, I focus on faculty use of video, basically creating lecture videos using shared screen, and how to add closed captions and how to share them in our learning management system, Brightspace. And it's more applicable for faculty creating teaching videos. And to create this kind of videos, we need something called a closed caption. And this closed caption gives the viewer option to not display them or display them. So that's why it's called a closed caption, and the viewer can close it. And commonly used is panopto, but here I'm presenting two other ways that may not be widely known by faculty. And one way is to use Zoom and Google Drive. And Zoom can automatically generate closed captions and can also edit the caption generated. And then we can use Google Drive to store the videos and share them using embed code in Brightspace. And another way is called Media Library. It's a third-party tool in Brightspace. It's relatively new, and it has all the built-in functions to edit the video, to edit the closed caption, to automatically generate closed caption, and to store the video and directly share them in Brightspace. And let me know in the chat if you have heard about Media Library. No? Anyone heard about Media Library? That's good. So I can introduce this new third-party tool in Brightspace. So here is a workflow for the first methods. So I first will give you an overview of how to use this workflow, and then we'll go to Zoom and Google Drive to figure out the details together. So yeah, and feel free to ask me any questions while I'm giving this workshop. Let me know in the chat or just ask me through the microphone in the classroom. So the first method is to use Zoom and Google Drive. And we first use Zoom to record the video. And then Zoom will automatically generate the closed captions, and we can edit right in the Zoom web portal. And after that, we can download the video file MP4, and also we can download a VTT file, video text track file. And if you edit in the web portal, the VTT file is the edited version. Or if you don't edit through the Zoom portal, you can still download the VTT file and then edit the VTT files using a text editor, such as TextEdit in Mac or even in Microsoft Word, to make sure the captions are correct. And then we can upload the video and the VTT file and let Google Drive to generate this closed caption video. And I will show you how to exactly do that. And after Google embed the closed caption in its video, and then we can use an embed code and generated by Google Drive, and then use that embed code to embed the video with the closed captions, either in the contact area of Brightspace or in the HTML files of Brightspace. So that's the first method. And let me show you exactly how to do it. And please feel free to ask me any questions while I'm going through the step-by-step guide, which you also have in the chat. There's a Word document, and that has all the information of what I will go through for the first methods. So let me share my window. The first step is to record a lecture video in Zoom. And usually we share a PowerPoint presentation while we are making this video. And once this video is in the Zoom cloud, it will usually send you an email, and it will generate this file, which is MP4 file, and also audio transcript that we can download. So first, let me show you what it looks like. So once it's in the Zoom cloud, and it's in the Zoom web portal, and this is a video I made, and it's in this so it's in this web portal, and then you just click on the video, and it will lead you to this screen of this video. And in this video, you can edit the closed caption, so it's auto-generated. It may take a few minutes or even hours, depends on how long the video is. And once it's in the Zoom cloud, you can edit them. So for example, I want to edit this one, right? So you just type in whatever right? So just make any edit and click this check sign. And so I just go through each of them and make sure the auto transcript is correct. So that's one thing you can do to correct the transcription. And once you edited here, the VTT file, the video text track file generated by Zoom will automatically update, right? So which is right here. This is the VTT file, right? We can download, but when you edit right here, it will automatically update this VTT file. So once we finish editing, we download from here, the VTT file is up to date. And another thing you can do with Zoom is to crop the videos and or trim the videos. So you can click the trim right here, and usually we have some length of the video we could trim at the very end. And you just highlight the blue region, which is the video that will be returned, and the unhighlighted region will be trimmed. So that's at the beginning and the end of the video, we can trim like this. However, if you want to trim certain regions of the video in the middle of the video, you can do this. You can click this plus sign and then highlight areas that you want to return. And this will trim the one in the middle, right? You can create more than one intervals that you would like to trim. So basically all the highlighted blue region will be returned, other region will be trimmed. While trimming the video is very helpful. You can click on it like to decide where to trim. And you can just click on it. Do you see this line here? And you click play. Focus on the most important. Right. So you feel this is the region you want to trim, and then this line is right here, and then you can adjust the length. So, and also if you want to remove one of these regions, you can just click remove. And I'm just trimming this at the beginning and at the end, and you can just click trim. Instructor for plants. Okay, so that's trimmed. And Zoom videos can be shared with a Zoom link. And if you want to do that, just send an email with a Zoom link. There's another video editing tool called Edit Smart Chapters, which will give you timestamps that you can use. For example, let me add a new chapter. I want module 1. And you can add a text. And then you can decide where to end it. And you just click this play. Should module 3 to determine exactly where you want to this break. Okay, so that's where I want the break. You just click right there. That will be the start of your module 1. You can give a text. and then you can save that chapter. Yeah, do you see here, right here, it will be the start of my introduction of module 1. However, once you end these chapters, and if you download the video, Google Drive won't process it. It will lose the information regarding the chapters and the time steps. So if you don't directly share the video through a Zoom link, I don't recommend you do the work right here. We can do it later in another way. Yeah, so but it's very convenient to edit the transcript right here on this in the web portal of the Zoom. Okay, so for example, I have edited my VTT file, the transcript, and I trim my video in the way I want, and then you just click the download right here to download the MP4 video file, and then you click the download right here to download the VTT file. So let me show you what a VTT file look like. Let me know in the chat if you have handled a VTT file before. Okay, let me show you what it look like. So I'm opening it with text edit on my Mac. You can also open it with Microsoft Word. It's just a text file. It's a video text track file that has the timestamps and has the text of the transcript. So if you didn't edit the transcript like I just showed you on the web portal of Zoom, you can always edit here. Let me find a region that I can edit, and yeah, so you can just edit like this, and then you save the file so that make sure all the transcript are correct. So that's what a VTT file look like. And then once we have the VTT file and the video file, we can use Google Drive. So here is my Google Drive folder, and this is the video file I download from Zoom. I upload to my Google Drive folder, and so for example, I want to share this file in Brightspace. The first thing you do is to click the 3 dot right here, and then click share, and then share the setting for the share. In order to be able to share with in Brightspace, I usually choose anyone with a link, or you can choose Soon Oswego. The student may need to log in to see it. So depends on if you want to share it with anyone with a link. So you just click here, and then it will appear with this sign right here, which means anyone with this link of the video can see the video here. And the next thing is you click the 3 dot here and go to file information where we can upload the captions, right? So you go to file information and manage caption tracks, and it will lead you to this window. And in this window, it's still a video file here, right? So that's video file, and you click Add New Caption Tracks. And then we can upload the VTT file we just edited, either in the VTT file, or you can just edit it in the web portal of Zoom and download the VTT file. So you can just drag the VTT file. Let me drag the VTT file here. It didn't show this one. Let me try this way. Okay, yeah, this way works. And no, the dragging didn't work just now. You just choose a file from your local folder. And then, so this this file right here, the VTT file is there. And then you click upload. Okay, and then usually after a few minutes, and it will show there. I can show you. Let me see. So John said, since we are paying for Google Drive storage, a better option to consider to upload the video and the VT file to YouTube. Much faster. Yes, if you choose anyone with a link, YouTube could be the option because anyone with a link can see it. But if the video you only want a certain student to see, I think Google Drive is a better option if you only want to share the video with certain students. Like here, because even video we share with only one student, we want to make sure it's accessible. So you can do share and and define the viewership right here. While YouTube is accessible to everyone. Okay, so that's yeah. So once you upload the caption track, and usually after a few minutes or even hours, depends on the length of the video, YouTube will generate closed captions right here. So it's still working on it, right? So it's still working on it for this one, but this one already have it. Okay, I'm your instructor for plants. Do you see it right here? It's, yeah. So the closed caption is right here in the center. However, once we embed in Brightspace, it won't be in the center. But here it's just showing you the closed caption is generated. And yeah, so again, I can show you again, right? So you go to here, file information, and manage closed caption track and add new caption track. That's how we combine the VTT file with the video MP4 file. Okay, and then we are ready to embed, right? So once you have this video with closed captions that's edited, make sure they are correct, then we can embed this video. So for example, I want to embed this video in Brightspace. You just first click the video, and then there's the 3 dots on the upper right, and click that, and click open in new window. So that will have a full screen of this video file. And then you click the 3 dots again on the upper right, and then click embed item. And embed item here, paste HTML to embed in a website. So you just copy this embed code, and then okay. So that will be embed code we can use to embed into Brightspace. So I just copy it, and then you can close it. And this is my Brightspace course. There are 2 areas you can paste the embed code. So one is the just a course contact area. And in the course contact area, you can click upload and create. And then you can click video and audio. And then you can paste the embed code and then save. Okay, it needs a title. And then save. Okay, so then this is already embedded in the course contact area. So this looks, the preview looks kind of distorted, but there's a good reason for it. So let me click on the video. Hi. Do you see here the closed caption is at the very bottom of the video? So let me just play the video. Do you see right here? They also provide food. Yeah, so I like this view because it places the closed caption at the very bottom. It doesn't overlap with the video content. Well, the other way using media library, it does overlap, which I can show later. Yeah, so the preview looks a little bit weird, but once people click in it, the video itself is good. And with closed caption right at the bottom. And yeah, people can close the captions. So that's in the contact area. And so that's a video we just upload. And another way is to embed in the HTML file, which the Brightspace just call it a file. So once you have a HTML file, and this is a HTML file in Brightspace, and you can edit the HTML file. For example, I would like my video to be embedded right here. And then you go to the editor for the this HTML file. So this is the icon called insert stuff. Click insert stuff, and then you can choose embed code, enter embed code, and then paste the embed code, and then insert. So the video from Google Drive will be inserted into this region of the HTML file. So that's two ways. One is right in the HTML file in Brightspace, and the other is to paste it in the contact area. So I think we finished the first method. Let me unshare. The first method is to record in Zoom, right? And then embed the caption and the video in Google Drive, and then use the embed code to embed them in Brightspace. Do you have any questions regarding the first method? Okay, so then let's look at the second method, which is very simple. The second method is using media library. It's a built-in third-party tool within Brightspace, and I will show you where it is. And in this media library, we can record a lecture video with shared screen. And then we can store the video right in media library. And then once the video is there, we can automatically generate captions, and we can edit the caption in place. Also, we can edit the video similar to the editing tools I just went through in Zoom. And the video with closed caption can be stored in the media library, and then the video can be directly shared within Brightspace. So do you compare these two methods, right? So method one is there's more steps, while method two is all in one place. So let me show you media library. So this is my Brightspace course. In here, the admin tool right here on the upper right, and you click on it, and then choose media library. So it will lead you to the media library page. And if you want to record a video right through media library, you can click Add Asset, and then record a video. And also you can share screen. So let me choose share window, share, so that let me show you here. Yeah, so that this lecture, for example, it's a lecture slide you want to present and record a video for students, and it's here. I really recommend recording through Zoom because do you see here this video feed kind of block part of the content, and once the video is generated, it's there. So if you don't have to, or you just record a video with just just you talking, that could be a very easy way to do it. And once you just click start recording, once finished, you finish recording, and then the video will be in the media library page, will be somewhere here. So once you have a video recorded, or you can upload a video from the Zoom, right, where we download the Zoom video recording. And again, you click Add Assets, and then you just drop the MP file here, or you just select from a local folder, and then you can upload as well. So either record right in place or upload the MP4 file there. And we can also have the VTT file, and I will show you later. So here, just upload the video file, the MP4 file. And once the video file is there, and I would like to generate a caption, and you just click the three dots right on the right side, and then click Edit. So I have a chat. Okay. Okay. Now, yeah. So let me know if you have any questions in the chat. Let me know. Okay. So that's the file. Let me try to play it. Okay. So that's a video file we just uploaded. You can upload or you can just record in place. And let's first, before we undo the video, let's first do the closed captions right here. On the right, we can do chapters, and then we can do closed captions. Let's do the closed caption first. So you click closed caption here, and you can, there's two ways to do it, right? Let's try auto generate. So it will take a few minutes to process the video, depends on the length of video. And it will give you the transcripts automatically generated. I compare the auto caption generated here and compare with the one generated with Zoom. I think both of them make some mistakes. I don't know if which one is better. Yeah, so it may take some times. And there's another way that we can just upload the VTT file. If you end it in Zoom, then that will be an easier way. So let me show you here. So now the auto caption is generated. Let me make the video looks right. So yeah, so this is the auto caption. And I feel this auto caption, they break down into smaller sections or smaller sentences. While the auto caption generated through Zoom are longer. So yeah, I think this in this sense it's better because it's shorter. Each break is shorter. And then you can just scroll down and check if everything is correct. And if there's anything you need to edit, you just let me see if I can edit right here. Human health. Yeah, you just edit right here, and it will save, auto save. Okay, so that's auto generated closed caption. And there's another way to do it is upload. So if you already done the work correcting auto captions within the VTT file or through the Zoom web portal, and you do have the VTT file, right? We can download from Zoom, and you just click upload, and then we choose this VTT file, and then you click open. Yes, and then do you see this is longer? So these longer captions are generated by Zoom, right? So say this one is very long. So that's another way to do it, is to upload the VTT file, or you can auto-generate the VTT file. So let me just keep it for now. And then, do you see the caption is kind of overlap with the content? So that's why I like it, like the Google Drive embedding code better. So let me use auto-generate anyways. Because it's shorter so that it's overlap less with the video content. So once we have the caption embedded and edited, and then we can edit the video and also add timestamps to the video or chapters to the video. So it may take a minute. So the video editing tool in Media Library is very similar to Zoom. And we can add chapters, and we can also add, we can also crop the video. Okay, so let's first do the end chapter. So first type in a chapter name, module 1, and then click, yeah, so click the video. Let me see where, like click where you want to add the chapters. Okay, so somewhere here, and you can always click it. Okay, so right here, right? So right here is the start of my module 1, and you just click the plus button. So it's end right there at 1 minute 9 seconds right here. And then I want to add another one, module 2. And then you just click module 2. For example, yeah, you can always play it to make sure it's right, it's the right place. And then you just end, right? So that's 1 minute 56 seconds. And then once this chapter ended, when the video will have breaks, and when people the mouse hover over it, it will show the title like module 1, module 2 of each chapter. So that's very nice to have if you have long lecture videos and you want to break the video into different chapters each with a chapter title. So that's ending chapters. Another way is to edit the video. So there's a video editing tool similar to Zoom. So this is just to highlight a different area where you want to be, where the video plays. And here the mark is where we can mark regions that we want to crop. So let me go to the beginning of the video. And so this, for example, I want to crop this, the region in between right here. And then you just click the scissors or cut, and the highlighted red region will be cropped off the video. And usually we want to crop the end of the video. And if you just click it to highlight the region, if it's red, then it's cropped out of the video. And yeah, so you can highlight or not. And then you can move this, right? Move the region where you want to crop. Also, you can add new ones. And then once all these are done, you just click finish. So if it's once it's finished, if you make a mistake cropping certain regions off, you can always come back. So the original video is always there, but the cropped video is shown to the students, but the original video is always here. So it may take some time. And so this is my cropped video. Originally, the video was 4 minutes, like 2 seconds. After I crop it, it's 3 minutes 52. So I did it before, but it may take a few minutes. And yeah, and with closed captions. Let me see. So right here. Hi, I'm you see right here for plants and society. In this, so so this closed caption is overlapping with some of the content, like here. Well, I can show you in Brightspace modules, but it's still there, overlapping with some content. Well, the video shared through Google Drive, the closed caption is at the very bottom, which doesn't overlap with the content. So yeah, so once we have edited the video with closed captions, in the media library, we can go to Brightspace course, and then embed it there. Again, there's 2 regions you can embed the video. So first, let's do a course contact area. So in the course contact area, this time we don't click upload and create. We do an existing activity. Because video in media library is count as existing activity. So you click the drop down menu, and then media library. And then you choose this video right here. Me. All right, somewhere there's something not showing. Yeah, it should be insert something at the bottom. Let me save. Yes, right here. Yeah, so I have my text a little bit too big since not shown. Okay, now it's shown right here, and then you do next, insert. It's right here, right? So that's a video we just insert in the contact area, and student will know it's a video, and student can click in the video, and we can play the video.
4 modules.
And do you see the chapter?
Of life.
Right here, we have the chapter division right here. And the closed caption is still overlapping with the content. And the student can choose to close it right here. They can choose off, or you can choose have the closed caption right here. Yeah, so that's a disadvantage of media library. Well, for Google Drive video, let me show you. So for the Google Drive video, we just embed it in the contact area. So the disadvantage is the preview is look weird, but the closed caption is at the very bottom. That doesn't overlap with the content. So that's a disadvantage of advantage of both ways. And another region we can post in addition to the contact area is we can do the HTML file. For example, I want to paste it right here. And again, you click this insert stuff and choose media library. And then choose the video. Choose the video right here. And then next. And then insert. Okay, and then update. Yeah, so this is a video we just inserted right here.
Since paper.
Yeah, student can choose to close the caption right here and off, on. And the closed caption is right on top of the content. It overlaps with some of the content. Well, the video through Google Drive, the closed caption is at the very bottom. It's the same as the contact area. So let me show you for the Google Drive share. So the one we shared through Google Drive, it gave you accessibility score perfect. So I think if you have the closed caption in there, it's accessible. However, I recommend more, such as make sure there's enough color contrast, and make sure there's structured content, and make sure there's unique title for each slide. So these accessibility recommendations apply to the PowerPoint, right? Like a color, structure, context, unique title. Once you have it there, I think the video content will be accessible. And plus we have closed captions embedded there. Anyways, this is in this way, it's accessible. Well, I don't receive any outline score from the media library. Yeah, so that's the second way. I showed how to create a video in the media library and how to make closed captions and how to edit the video and how to share them in Brightspace. So that's method 2. And any questions regarding method 2? Okay, I have 10 minutes. I will just briefly go through the advantage and disadvantage, most of which I touched on already. So media libraries have everything in one place, while using Google Drive and Zoom takes extra steps. However, the disadvantage of using media library is that our current contrast with the Brightspace learning management system ends in 2029. You know, SUNY may still use it after that, after a renewed contrast. But we don't know, right? After 2029, if SUNY switch to another learning management system, we may lose access to media library. I try to download the video from media library. The MP4 file is still there. However, the closed caption, if you edit it right in media library, it will be lost. Right, the edited closed caption will be lost if you download the video from media library. Thus, because there's disadvantages, I would recommend this protocol to make sure that you always have the files of your edited text track from the video. So I would recommend using Zoom to record, because Zoom is a better video recording tool, because the video feed of the instructor doesn't overlap with any slide content. And it's easy, and the editing of the closed caption is as easy as media library. You can just edit it right in the box. However, the closed caption generated by Zoom is usually longer than media library, the one generated by media library. Yeah, recording in Zoom, edit in Zoom web portal, and then download the MP4 file and download the updated VTT file, which has which have your edited text tracks. And then I would save it in my local computer, in my Google Drive, right? Make sure I always have these files, an MP4 and the VTT file. So once you have these two files, you can either use Google Drive to do the embedding code, or you can just, like what I just showed, you can upload the caption track, right? Upload the video first, and then edit the video, upload the VTT file, and then you can use the video editing tool if you want to. And then you can share through media library. So I do think this way you always keep a copy. Even one day SUNY stop using media library, you still have your MP4 file and VTT file, and you can still use the Google Drive method. Right. So that's my recommended protocol. And the conclusion for this workshop is that record and edit video in Zoom. This is my summary. And also edit the closed caption in the Zoom web portal, or you can edit them in the VTT file so that you always have them. And then you save this copy in multiple places to make sure it's saved. And I have heard faculty using Panopto, and some of their video in the cloud was lost. So I do recommend you do save in multiple places rather than just in the cloud of Panopto, which is another way to do closed caption videos. And once you have these files, you can use either way, right? Use Google Drive or use the media library, depending on, if you want the chapters. If you think you make a longer lecture video, the timestamps and the chapters are essential for students, then just upload them to media library and upload the caption track to the media library. And it won't cost a lot of time once you have the caption edited. So that's a conclusion. And we have 6 minutes. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat. And also in the chat, you have the two files, a step-by-step instruction for what I just went through for both methods, and also the presentation slides is also in the chat. Any questions? Okay, if you have any future questions, please feel free to email me.
Jay
And,
has a question in the chat.
Oh, I see. Space. Yes, I haven't used Panopto, but you can share them in Brightspace. I can show you how to share them in Brightspace. So once you have Panopto in the Panopto clouds, and upload video, I think it's somewhere there, existing activity. There should be Panopto. I have seen it. Let me show you this way. For example, I want to insert this video right here. You do insert a video. And do you see Panopto? Yeah, I don't have it there. So you can upload the file and it should be in the cloud. Maybe John can provide more information. I haven't used Panopto yet. Again, because I think if one day SUNY no longer use it, I may lost my file. Right, so always download the MP4 file. I'm not sure the caption will be returned. I doubt it will once you don't use Panopto. I don't think the caption is returned. So I think the safest way is Google.
Yeah, the captions are stored in Panopto, so they would still be available and they could be ported into other things. But because of the limited storage, they do get put into an archive format if they haven't been accessed within 6 months or so. So they will disappear and have to be reactivated, but they are still stored in an archive, as far as I understand. There was a time when they were all just wiped, and that caused a lot of problems. But I strongly recommend that people don't use Google Drive unless you're keeping a very small number of files. Because, for example, the workshops from just this week, this week and next week, would take up more than the amount of storage that the college is willing to allocate to each individual faculty member. And again, we've already paid for double the free storage that Google provides. And the next increment costs several tens of thousands of dollars. And the college cannot quite afford that given the current budget situation. If there's a file you need to share only with a specific student that can't be shared through a link, because you don't want other students to have access, Google Drive can work. But I wouldn't recommend it in general. YouTube is free and it has higher resolution. You can put higher resolution videos up there that'll be easier to read. They'll stream better. Google Drive, it doesn't really stream very well if it's going to be something like a lecture video. And if you have multiple students accessing it, it just slows right to a crawl. So it's a much better, I mean, everything you said would work in pretty much exactly the same way. But and also posting videos in the media library is something that SUNY actively discourages unless it's a limited number of videos, such as, a welcome to the course, for the same reason, because it's shared storage space by all the institutions and so forth. And at this point, we're not being charged based on the amount of storage we have there, but they encourage faculty, and this came in all of the training sessions when we moved to Brightspace, to use embed videos, to embed them from some other location, as you've been suggesting. So I wouldn't recommend putting anything major in there. The videos that I've created for 2 of my classes would be about 10 times the amount of storage that we'd be allocated under the threatened limits that they were going to impose last spring. So it's unlimited storage is something that's really beneficial. As long as Google keeps providing unlimited YouTube storage, it's a much fairer and more equitable solution without costing the college more money.
Yeah, and also as long as the faculty is comfortable having everyone on the web can access it, right? Like I don't feel comfortable having my lecture accessible to everyone online. Yeah, so
It
yeah,
can be
that's
shared with just the link, and if you share it with just the link, it would be hard for people to find it, because it wouldn't be something that would be searchable. So the link would have to be shared by one of your students with other people. And if you share things in a Google Drive folder with just the link, it would be exactly the same issue. So, I mean, I mean, privacy is better with Google Drive because you can limit it to specific individual students, but if you share it with anyone with access to the link, it's exactly the same in Google Drive as in YouTube.
Yes.
But everything else was great. Thank you. And again, everything you said worked. It's just we are facing constraints, and we were almost at the point where we'd have to get rid of a lot of files. We had hundreds of faculty who were over the proposed limits, and they cut out a lot of accounts. They've limited account storage for alumni and for various groups, and we're right at the border of that being threatened again. So. It'd be good to avoid that if we could.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, have a good weekend. Bye.
You too. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.